It's me again. For those who are watching for the first time, my name is Josh. Basically, I'm here talking about schizophrenia. One of the things I wanted to talk about today was, let's talk about relationships. I would say they're no different for a schizophrenic than for anyone else. In my personal experience, having a diagnosis doesn't really change much. I say much because there are personality quirks every person has, and then there are things that aren't personality quirks. If you're really looking to learn about yourself, once you have a diagnosis, you can tell apart the quirks. The quirks are the things that hopefully are really good about yourself, make you you. But there are things that might be very close to being a personality quirk. And I don't mean they're a symptom or anything like that, but they're a part of you, kind of like an impulse that you just gotta watch sometimes. Because people in relationships, it doesn't matter if you're schizophrenic or just a jackass, you can still lose someone. The reason I'm mentioning all this is because I think people look at people with mental illnesses, expect them to be completely different. It's not really the case. And from what I've known when meeting new people who have a problem, I mean, every case is unique. And I'd say for me personally, it doesn't change me as a person. It just means that now I know some things are not personality quirks. There are things I need to watch out for so I can try and be a better person. Because schizophrenia does not make things make sense sometimes. And I'm not talking about you hear things, I mean, it's a thought disorder. So something that makes sense may not really make sense. So your self righteous anger may not really be justified. You might just be an ass. Anyhow, the moral of the story is you're susceptible to the same things as any normal person. By normal, I mean generally speaking, you got 4 fingers and a thumb on each hand, 2 eyes. Of course, you can be normal with 1 eye, but you get my point. You're susceptible to the same mistakes. Only depending on what your personality is and your quirks, you might be more so or less so. At the end of the day, you're responsible for relationships in your life, just like every other person in the world is. I wanted to talk about that briefly because there are very important people in my life that I have to be strong for. That schizophrenia or no schizophrenia, I have to be strong for. And I'm happy to do that. But my point is, it doesn't change my relationship with them. Personally, there's a silver lining in schizophrenia. And I'll talk about that kind of stuff later. But even if I couldn't find one, I don't have a choice. I gotta be strong for those people, so it doesn't really change things in the end. If you're doing what you're supposed to, taking care of yourself, good routines, good health, good maintenance, it doesn't change your relationships. Not if you have good, healthy ones with people you care about.